Good morning, friends and family. Today, I'd like to share with you what I call my morning meditation. Every morning, the first thing I do is make my coffee. Um, and I usually sit at my breakfast table and pick up a shirt that I'm ready to tear down or continue. And I start picking with my seam ripper, and it's very repetitive, and I end up kind of enjoying it for some odd reason. Anyway, before I get started, I just kind of like to share what I have here in the background. This is it's called a Kelly. Kelly is the pattern name by Edita Sitar of Laundry Basket Quilts. And she's known for her, very intricate patterns. This I thought would be easy, but it ended up a little more challenging than I anticipated. And I think the challenge was that I haven't perfected my 1/4 inch seam yet. So I switched to sewing machines, and I'm kind of working on that with this other project next to it, these colorful squares. This is the Gladys quilt by Penelope Handmade. I chose to do it in 1.5 inch squares, which when you make the floor patch, it ends up being 2 inches finished. So I finally finished sewing all the groups of, I think, 8 together, and today I hope to get started on sewing the columns together, and then I'll be able to sew the strips in the middle together. So I have lots to do. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy watching me pick my shirts. Have a great day. First of all, this is my view from my chair in my kitchen, and this is where I sit and drink my coffee. I'm a very slow sipper, so I have plenty of time to work on my picking. So I've already started this morning, but what I usually do is I start with by removing the buttons, and this is how I do that. I just take my handy dandy seam ripper. I don't hold it the way most people do, but this is the way it works for me. So I just grab whatever I can and just pop the button off, and then it goes into my my button jar, and then I just try to pick off some of the threads, and they don't always want to come out. That was actually pretty easy. Sometimes they leave there's a knot in it, and it kind of sticks in there. Then I just kind of scratch it a bit to get rid of some of the holes. So the first thing I did was I cut the collar off, and what I do here is I kind of start to pick this and see if there's that is glued down. In this case, everything is perfect, actually. So I know some people just cut this whole thing off, but by doing that, you're going to lose a lot of territory. So, and a lot of people don't like this. It sometimes leaves a faded mark where it's been folded for who knows how many years. But in this case, look at this. You flip it over. I kind of like the color of the back better than the front. So who says you have to use the right side of the fabric? So anyway, I've already begun picking this, and so here I am, just kind of show you how I just kind of grab it any way I can. And just use this. I think you're supposed to hold it a different way, but it works really well for me like this. And I just kind of like it scooping the seam out. And so I pick it and then pull it. Pick and pull. So sometimes you can get more than one stitch. Sometimes you have to, it doesn't go in, doesn't grab that stitch right away. So this is what I do, is just go down the line and pick and pick and pick. It's really kind of meditative. You know, it's kind of repetitive and you don't have to think too much. And that's what I like to do in the morning with my coffee. While I drink my coffee. Like I said, I'm a very slow sipper, so, you know, I can I can make my coffee last for a couple of hours probably. So anyway, so now I picked a bunch and then I'm left with the thread. So in this case, I can just grab this one thread and pull it up until I've hit the point where I stopped. And wow, look at this. It's there's no threads left. Normally when I pull this on one side, I'll pull the thread from this side and it'll leave little bits of thread that you have to hand pick. And the bad thing about hand picking is that you're left with all these little pieces. Actually, what you can see here is where I actually was able to grab a seam on the buttonhole side. Let me see if I can. So on the buttonhole side, it looks like this. And again, what I will do normally, if you just, you know, because this is sewn, you have to cut right here on the seam line in order to get your fabric. Now some will cut down the middle, like kind of through the buttonhole. But I like to, first of all, see where the, see where the, I'm gone blank again. Anyway, this stuff right here that makes it stiffer. So what I actually did here was, when you have stitches like this, you can sometimes just, I'll just start picking. I think it's like a serge kind of a seam. And I don't know how to actually, I don't know the structure. I've looked it up on YouTube where they say how to remove a serged seam and explain the anatomy of the seam, but without a magnifying glass and a lot of work, it's hard to figure out. So I just kind of pick a little bit until, what am I doing here? Until I get a long enough piece here that I can just hopefully grab. It's not going to work. Anyway, the nice thing is when you pick one and you can grab the thread and then you just pull the seam out. So that's what happened on this other seam. I was just able to pick it right out. So when I open it up, I find that Okay, I've got this lining here, and I'm really not going to gain a lot, but by opening that particular one up, I've gained almost an inch, I guess. And in this case, I would probably try to use the right side, because there's more of a crease, there's more of a faded spot on the wrong side versus the right side. So anyway, so the rest of the morning, or for a while, till I'm tired, I will continue picking on this. So I've probably more than halfway. I've only got the last button plus the 2 extra buttons. So maybe I've got a little over 12 inches to go. So that's my morning routine, and slowly but surely, bit by bit, I will start deconstructing these shirts. Okay, so now I've ripped out that seam right here, and I've gained this extra territory here, and this is interfacing. So this is glued down. So I'm not, I mean, you could pull this up, but I think I've ruined my iron, not ruined my iron, but I've gunked it up and had to clean my iron by ironing over something like this. So I'm just gonna cut this, placket off right here. And then I will go on about picking more seams. I think the next thing I will hit will be the pocket. You could also go, and then I would probably go to my cutting table and just take my rotary cutter. It's probably quicker and easier to do it that way. But this is an alternative way. If I'm sitting here and I have my scissors on the table, I might just cut it like here. Okay, so there's that, and then here's the pocket. Pocket's always on the buttonhole side. So to do the pocket, you never know what's going to happen here. So I can start by picking one of these seams here, pick a stitch here. Anything that you can pick that will kind of give you a little opening that you can stick your seam ripper into. Well, look at that. So now I can start here and grab a few stitches. And this one's going to be a little more difficult. And if there we go. That wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. So anyway, this is how I do the pockets. I hope you liked my little video. Well, maybe not so little, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If you like my video, if you would please leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like, and leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks.